BlueMile is a company started by two international award-winning recording artists who saw a need for something different in the industry. Music is what we know, do, and love. Our mission is to fulfill the mandate to educate, empower, and enlighten individuals by sharing musical knowledge to promote individual success. We offer vocal training and techniques, artist consultation, event structuring, songwriting, and studio sessions. Visit our website at www.bluemilemusic.com. Blue Mile, changing the game for the kingdom.
Hey, y'all! How is everybody tonight? We are here for another wonderful interview. We're so excited. This is, what you doing? Thank you. You guys, we are so excited tonight. We are going to enjoy this interview. This one is dear to my heart. So we're going to enjoy this. Oh, what is that? Sorry, I don't know what that is, but can we not show it? So come on, Calandra.
What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Calandra.
And this is your girl Daphne Hilton.
We are BlueMile Music.
Yes, and we are doing what? Changing the game for the kingdom.
We do have another great interview tonight.
Yes.
And we are excited. Don't forget to subscribe to BlueMileMusic.com.
Please.
Go to our Facebook page, BlueMile Music Consultants. Go to our Instagram and our Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe individually. DaphneHilton.com.
Yes, and what's
Calandra?
CalandraGan.com.
I'm the stepchild, you know.
No, but I mean, because you got Princess of Praise,
no, but I don't do that.
that kind of stuff. So.
No, CalandraGan.com.
CalandraGan.com.
That's with two T's, not
with
one.
With 2 T's, and Daphne with the Y, not without a Y. So there you go.
Yes. So tonight, this month, we're doing partnerships are everything.
Yes.
We've collaborated and partnered with some great entities, great companies, great people. And tonight we are interviewing a great person. We're excited about this.
Yeah, I know I am. This is like yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them nights.
It really is.
It's gonna be one of them nights. Let me tell you.
It really is.
It's gonna be one of them nights.
At least you know.
My goodness. It's gonna be one of them nights. Let me tell you something. We didn't know what kind of night this was gonna be. Not me. It was me.
Okay. See, thank you for being honest.
It was me. It was me. I can own up to me. That's called growth. That's called
with a TH.
And evolving. But you know what? Because of what God connected, we know how to what? Soar over that.
And it works.
Because guess what? Tonight we about to get crunk with Mr. Dexter Purnell.
Dr. Honey.
Dr. Purnell.
Dexter, quotation mark, St.Jock, quotation mark, Purnell.
Listen, he is the CEO of Silverwood.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Oh my goodness, can I finish?
Yes, you can.
So rude.
Well, whatever.
Silverwood. Hey Sylvia, thank you for watching tonight. Silverwood Global Inc. He is an author. He's a teacher. He's a producer,
professor
engineer
of a college, not just teacher. Professor. I know. I just had to say that.
Here we go.
I know.
So guess what, y'all? Y'all ready? I'm gonna let Daphne introduce him because them her folks, shawty.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Them her folks. So guess what?
So you guys, look, I want you guys to tune your ears and your eyes into this interview. We are here to interview this great music mogul. When I tell you he has worked with so many different people, I mean, Billboard, #1 artist, it's just an honor to say I know him. So y'all, please welcome Dr. Dexter Purnell.
What's up, Dr. Purnell?
We do well.
You guys did. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Good.
that wonderful introduction. Thank you guys for having me tonight. So I'm looking forward to being interviewed by you guys, and hopefully everyone out there
Yes.
watching
It's,
will enjoy it as well.
he's so mellow, man. Is he like that in the
No,
studio?
no.
I know you're gonna tell it. I know you're gonna tell it.
He ain't mellow, but we gonna be mellow until he got to warm up to you. That's all.
This is my professional, demeanor. So I'm just.
Okay, doctor, it's okay. Okay, it's I mean, I'm good with that. Either way, I can flow either way. So.
You know, really, really, we get. But you know what? It's exciting to interview you tonight as one of our partners that we partner with.
Oh, yeah, I need to write that down.
In the
Keep
industry.
going.
Oh, I have that at the bottom.
Okay, very good.
In the industry, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
In the industry. So we're just excited tonight. We're going to be throwing some questions at you. We love to have fun. We're going to cut the food.
We love to have
fun.
And
we're going to have a good time. And anybody that's watching, if you have a question, we want you to engage. If you got a question you want to ask Dr. Purnell, feel free to do that. We will relay it to him, and we're going to have a good time. So, you know what? Tonight, we want you to share, like, and
comment. Yes.
Engage with
share,
us.
like, and comment.
It's question time.
So, Dr. Purnell, I love it, and I love it. So, can I call you Dex, or do I need to call you Dr.?
Dex is fine. Dex is fine.
Thank you. I appreciate Dex. That's what I know you by, Dex. So, tell me how did you even get started in the industry, in the music industry or the entertainment industry? How do you even get started in that? I mean, I kind of know, but I want you to tell everybody.
Like most people from African American, I guess we'll say background, people, I started in church. Most people start in church. Most Black musicians, singers, that's kind of where we cultivate our gifts, if you will, and kind of find out what we do. So like most boys growing up in church, I played drums first, and you realize there's a lot of drummers. So if you ever want to do anything, you need to find another instrument because everybody plays.
I know, right?
Yes.
Right.
So it went from drums to guitar, bass. Growing up, I played a little bit of everything, but eventually I settled on bass, and bass became my main instrument. And so fast forward, I'm playing bass, and then at the age of about 15 years old, I was over a friend's house. His name is Damon Mickens, and he actually is really big in the music industry as well. And I always tell this story. Damon has worked with everyone from Dorothy Norwood to Justin Bieber, but we both grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
So at 15, he had a little small 4-track machine, and I don't know if you guys remember the 4-track machines, but you could put a cassette tape in them. You could put a cassette tape in them, and these are for the studio purposes. You could put a cassette tape in there and record on 4 different tracks at a time.
Oh, wow.
He sold it to me for $75. I still remember the price, $75. And I was about 15 years old. So this is a lot of years ago.
That's a lot of money, Dexter, for 15 years old.
I know, right?
That is. And that kind of changed my life. He let me pay it in installments. I don't even know if I finished ever paying him for it, but he let me pay it in installments.
Money.
Hey.
You come and get it money.
The money, if you're listening, I might still owe you about $35 or so, man. But in any event, so I got that, and that changed my life. And I started engineering, learning how to produce. And so one thing just kind of led to another, if you will. But I've always been very business-minded as well. So even growing up in church, you had a little gospel jazz group, and I was the one who got the business cards together and did those things only at 13, 14 years old. So you put together that love of business with my interest now in producing and engineering, and everything just kind of came together. So that's kind of how I got my start.
Now that's awesome. Now I know that your whole family is in the music industry. I mean, you got, they dibble and dabble. So I just wanted to, let people know that, it's a team effort. And, you know so many people. And I know even like your daughter, she's, going into that whole legacy of the music, and your son, he got videos out. And so just tell us a little bit more about that as well, because people need to know, like, my daughters, I post them all the time, if they're singing, if they're modeling, whatever they do. So, sometimes we just have to carry that legacy, to make sure that they carry the legacy. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, you're correct. My wife is an independent recording artist, gospel recording artist. She's
Patricia Lee. You can tell her name.
Patricia Lee, yes. Patricia Lee, my wife, Patricia Lee. Hello, sweetheart, if you're watching.
Hey.
Oh, God.
she's an independent gospel recording artist, and so she's done a lot of things as well. It's kind of funny. Just a few weeks ago, I put a snapshot of her, a video. Somebody sent her a video of her singing background for Don McClurkin back in the day for one of his live recordings, and I was like,
Wow.
you know, there she is singing. So she shared the stage with CeCe Winans, Don McClurkin. She's done her own thing, so she's had some experience in the music business. She went to Oakwood University, so shout out to
Yes.
Oakwood University. So you know,
I thought it was
she
Berkeley, but I'm
Brian
so
Knight.
glad you said Oakwood because I thought it was Berkeley on the last interview with the other young lady. So
Yeah.
it was Oakwood. Okay.
Oakwood, yep, Oakwood University out in Huntsville, Alabama. It's a HBCU, but it's an Adventist HBCU. So a lot of people
Yes.
don't always know about it. But I mean, they produce some amazing musicians out of Oakwood. I mean, Take Six, all those guys came from
Yes.
Oakwood. Brian Knight came out of Oakwood.
Mhm.
He was there.
So his
Steve
brother
Mackey, I don't know
would
if you,
take 6, Dexter.
yeah, his brother. Yeah, well, that don't mean just because you went, that don't mean your brother had to go. So I mean, and for all those Martin fans out there, Martin,
All
Right.
That's take Oakwood once again. Oakwood guys did that. Steve Mackey, who
Wow.
is the Steve Mackey, younger guy, blonde hair, vocal
Yes.
coach for J Lo. He went to Oakwood. He's an Oakwoodite, I guess. So I mean, a lot of people with musical talent came out of
Okay.
Oakwood. So she's just from part of the Oakwood tree. And my daughter, she's at Belmont, and she's a music business major as
And
well. So she
that's
just
a
kind of
big school for music as
big
well.
school, big school. So yeah, so she's actually been mentored by Fiona Prime, who is the wife of the late John Prime, who's a
Okay.
huge country star in country
Oh
music. So I
wow.
mean, won
Oh, well,
several
she gonna go
Grammys and things
places.
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's her mentor now, and like I said, he's worked with some everyone. She's going to be working with her on putting together some concerts to honor John in the fall. A lot of big
Okay.
people, so she's looking forward to that as well. She'll have some internships with that record label. So she's there. She came into class, the same class as Kirk Franklin's youngest son. So I used to
Okay.
tease
All
her. I was
right.
like, "Baby,
Oh,
did you
she
see
getting
Baby
ready
Kirk
to
Franklin?"
connect.
Yeah, I always tease her. I'm like, "Did you see Baby Kirk Franklin in class today?" Dad, that's not his name. That's not his name. So yeah, so she's in the music business. I tried to get her to do something else, but hey, you know, she loves music, and not
Hey.
so much from
It
the
is what
production
it
side, but just
is.
as a fan side. But it is what it is. And then my
Exactly.
son, he also loves music as well. He's an independent hip hop artist as well, and he's
Yes.
released 2 projects. And he's at the University of Miami, so same thing with him. He's making connections down there in Miami, meeting people. He's been working at the studios,
I
down there at the
love it.
University of Miami. So yeah, so musical family all around.
Yeah.
So
Music
Awesome.
family all around. I love that. I just love it. I love y'all. So it is what it is. So.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So in talking about that, how do you balance? You got your professor, you got your music, and you have family. So how do you balance that? Because a lot of us that are in the industry, a lot of other people in the industry that are successful, they have to learn how to balance so
Mhm.
one area doesn't get neglected
Yes.
in the midst of all of this success. So what is your remedy, or what is your key of balance? How do you balance work-life balance? How do you balance that?
for myself, for speaking for me personally, it's 2 things. One is who I'm tied with. So I have an amazing partner. My wife is
Mhm.
amazing with helping me balance things.
We both
And
said,
secondly is, and secondly, my career choices. So, and let me explain. So I'll start with my partner first. As far as my partner, she does a really good job of keeping me balanced. She understands what it is that I do for a living.
Right.
And so she understands if someone calls and says, "Hey, you know, it's time for you to come to the studio." It's not like, "Oh, sweetheart, we said this tonight." It's like, "No, go handle your business, make that connection,
I
take it."
love
So, and
it.
that's good because everyone doesn't have a
I
spouse who supports
love
them in
it.
that way. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, if I got a call tomorrow and we had dinner planned, it's like, "Well, hey, such and such called. I have to go into the studio tonight." It's not like, "Oh, you're neglecting me," and yada yada. So it really
Right.
helps to help you achieve the things you want when you have the right spouse, you know, the
Yeah.
right partner. So that's one thing that helps me
Oh,
balance things. But then by the same
Dexter.
but by the same token, and speaking back on the balance, but by the same token, you know, I also play bass as well. And so, you know, I was going to pick up extra Sunday at church and play this Sunday just 'cause I enjoy playing. She's
Yeah,
like,
he
"No,
played at
sweetheart,
church
I need you."
too.
Yeah. And so she's like, "No, sweetheart, not this week. I need you to do some other things for me this week." So
Right.
once again, just that balance, you know what I'm saying? So, and
I
it's like, hey, you know,
love
this
it.
week, so balance. So, you know, just having the right spouse to say, okay, you're right. Because, you know, I just finished the semester and teaching. And so, you know, I've been busy and she's been understanding of that. So between
Right.
the business and teaching, you know, so now that I'm free, she's like, well, hey, I need some things. And that's cool. But then also when I say career choices, I also chose a career that would allow me the freedom to still do the things I want to do musically as
Mhm.
well. So becoming a professor, it was by accident in a way, but it's one of God's happy accidents, if
You
that makes sense.
already know. A happy accident.
A happy accident. So a happy accident, that obviously was a blessing from God. I never thought about being a college professor. It's something I really literally backed into or whatever. But it worked in the sense that, okay, I work 9 months out of the year. My schedule is really flexible, so it still provides me the time to still have time to do other things as well,
Yeah.
because it's not a typical 9 to 5 job, if you will. So it still
Right.
leaves a lot of time to chase my other vocation, if you will. So I always consider myself to be bivocational, man. I have 2 careers. I do 2 things.
Yeah.
So, and neither one of them is more important than the other. A lot of people say, oh, well, you're a professor. No, I'm a professor, but I'm also an engineer and producer. Well, you're an engineer producer. I'm also a professor. So you can have
And
more
you
than one
do
career
that
and be
well, Dex.
bivocational. Yeah.
And
So
you do that well. So you got anything else? Oh, well, I got some questions.
Yeah.
So, okay, so your business is global. So that means all genres of music. So what are some of your favorite genres that you like to kind of rock with? And you can't tell me all genres because nobody loves all genres. So what genres, some of the favorite ones that you love working with?
my favorite one's obviously gospel music. That's where I grew up at. That's my heart. So I love gospel music. But I'm gonna be honest with you. In my career, I've had the opportunity to work on rock projects. So I worked with a rock band from England early on in my career.
Really?
Hmm When I first started, I really got my first real, I guess if you will, big start in Orlando, Florida, doing pop music. So I've done pop music, the boy band stuff. So I've done pop music, rock music.
I remember you
I've
saying something about that.
Yeah. I've done hip hop music, obviously. So I mean, I produced half of my son's first album, so hip hop music. I used to actually manage a hip hop artist. I've done gospel. I've done smooth jazz stuff. So the only thing I really haven't done to this point, I guess, is country. But I love country.
Okay.
And people always asking me, "What's your favorite genre?" And there are things I listen to that I gravitate to. I don't have a favorite genre. I enjoy good music. So if it's good
Yeah.
music, you can find good music
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
in genre. And so what kind of music? I like good music because there's times when I'm driving and if I can't find a good signal, I'll turn on and listen to country music. And country actually, they write some of the most amazing songs ever.
Yeah.
Country
The
rappers. If you
lyrics,
listen,
if you really listen
they,
to the lyrics.
You are
they tell
right.
some amazing stories. So yeah, so for me, it's good music. I'm willing to work on anything as long as it's good music. So,
Yeah. Go
That's
ahead.
good. That's good. So now you mentioned that you worked with a little. Sounds like you tapped into a little bit of every genre there is. So out of the list of artists and the list of people that you work with, what experience has been your most interesting one that you would have that you can say? Because I know you. I mean, the list probably
A
goes
plethora
on and on,
of people.
the list probably goes
Plethora.
on and on, but who would you say was the most, it was an interesting experience? Because we all have those when we meet different people.
I guess I've had a bunch of interesting experiences. I'm trying to think of one. I guess I've never been someone to be starstruck. So I've never been in studio sessions like,
That's
oh
a
my
good
gosh,
thing.
this is such and such, such and such. So none of it's super interesting. But I guess one that's cool, if you will. When I first moved to Georgia, Slim of 112. So I don't know if you guys heard of the group
Okay.
112.
Yeah.
So yeah, Slim was working on his own project and there's his independent project. So it's kind of cool to just say Slim of 112 was in my basement recording vocals for his album. And I thought that was
Right.
kind of cool, So here's Slim, Mr. Peaches and Cream and all the other
I
songs.
know.
Okay.
Bad Boy did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, you already
yeah.
broke out into it, ma'am.
So, what was the other big song? Was it
Cupid.
Cupid? Yeah, Cupid is another big one. So yeah, so his is a guy that sung all these big hits, and he's in my basement now. I'm recording vocals, and so I've had a lot of just cool moments like that. I won't say interesting, but just a lot of things that you got to pinch yourself and say, "Wow, I can't believe that I'm actually getting a chance to do this, and this is happening right now."
That's cool.
Yeah, and the wonderful thing about it is, I say this all the time, Dex, how God maps out your life.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize it. You just kind of flowing, which way he takes you is like, man, like you said, happy accidents. I love that. I'm probably gonna use it again, happy accidents, because we've had so many happy accidents. And the happy accident that I want to talk about is Mr. Billboard songwriter himself, Mr. Rudy Currents, because he's hot right now. And you've been rocking with him for a while. So tell us a little bit about this happy accident.
Once again, just right place, right time. I'm gonna say everything that I have. Obviously, and let me say that if I haven't made this clear already, it's because of God. So none of it is because of me.
Yeah.
I did my part in the sense that I studied to show myself approved, so that when my time
Come
came,
on,
I
preach
prepared
to
to take
us.
advantage of it. But and everything that comes from the outside of part, me doing my part, is all of God. So one day I'm in Guitar Center in Marietta, Georgia. I'm literally trying to pick up some cables or something. And so I see a guy in there playing piano. And interestingly enough, just 2 weeks prior to, for some reason, it came across my screen, you know, Rudy Currents, Def Jam artist, yada, yada, yada. I'd never really heard of him before, but it came across my screen. So here we are 2 weeks later, I'm in Guitar Center. He's playing piano and he's behind me getting ready to check out. And that's something I tell people in this industry, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, because without opening your, I always tell my kids, closed mouths don't get fed.
Don't get fed.
So,
we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
That's confirmation. We were just talking about that.
And so here I am. I was like, I don't know this guy, and he could be a complete jerk. You know, he doesn't know me. But in the event, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take a chance here. You know, on the studio, so you never know what may happen. So I turn around and say, hey, aren't you Rudy Currents? He's like, yeah. He's like, you know, what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm in the studio, yada yada yada. So we exchanged information, and this was probably about almost 10 years ago at this point. Probably we've been having work for over a decade now. So he came out to the studio I had in Douglasville at the time. Came out to the studio, and the rest is history, kind of. Right out in Douglasville. So yeah, so we've been rocking with each other for over 10 years now. Cool. And like any relationship, it's had its struggles, you know, because we bump heads sometimes. But like I always tell him, I love him like a little brother. You know, when he had his Billboard #1 plaque celebration, I actually have a video clip of it. I need to post it. And he's like, you know, we're like brothers and we fight and we bump heads all the time. But at the end of the day, everything comes out right the way it is. So there's a lot of love between us, you know. So we fight, we bump heads. There's times I'm sure he wants to put his hands on me. I know there's times I'm put hands on him.
I get it.
But at the end of the day, we work well together, you know. And let me say this, and I think he appreciates the fact that, because sometimes artists, especially the larger you get, you have a lot of people who adore you for your talent, but who won't take the time to say, listen, brother, that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think he can appreciate it about me, for me to be a friend, because it takes more to artists. Artists need more friends than fans sometimes. Sometimes your friends could take you farther than your fans can, because your fans only see one aspect of you. As a friend could be like, hey, that's not it, man. And so like I said, and although we bump heads, I think he appreciates the fact of our friendship. We should have a friendship.
But you know what? That's some good stuff, because we say it all the time. You need that person they're your real friend. They be like, man, take that down, because that ain't appropriate. You know, they ain't gonna let you walk out with your blouse backwards, looking a mess, or let you post something that does not need to be posted. And it doesn't feel good, but at the end of the day, you know, they have your back. Right. And they not just catering to you because they want to get something from you, or because you have that talent or you have that gift. Right. So, and it's okay to be different and bump heads. I'm telling you what I know.
Well, this is what I wanted to say about what you just said about you and Rudy. I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling him, I said, you know, you're great at what you do. I just want to see people not just honor your gift, but honor you as a person. Create a relationship with you outside of what you do. And like you said, your friends will carry you further than your fans, because at the end of the day, that's where the grounding comes in at, and the being loyal, and where I need somebody to talk to outside of me being an artist, because I'm struggling right now, or you know, I'm going through this, and the people that put me on a pedestal don't need to know I'm going through this, but I do need to talk to somebody about it that's in the industry, that understand my pain and my struggle and my walk. You know, that's what I was telling Calandra about. You know, the whole, you know, I'm big on a buddy system. I'm big on having that other person that you can bounce things off. You know, like she said, that artist friend, and it works. It really works. And I tell people this all the time. You know, pray and ask God, find you somebody that you both are kind of, you know, rolling in the same direction, but differently. So you can bounce things off of each other, because iron really does sharpen iron. And the great thing about it is that God has placed, you know, him in your life, because I know y'all been rocking a long time. I'm like, oh, I want to meet him.
She a mess.
No, for real.
But I know.
He know I am like, yes, Lord.
I know for real.
Can we meet? Because I, you know, just following him from SoundCloud to where he is now is like, man, that is awesome. And
Yeah,
for you
great
guys to
music.
be rocking like that,
Yeah.
that's a blessing, Dex, because that shows who you are and your
Yeah.
character for the, being the continuation of your friendship. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
highlight that.
Yes, great.
And also to tell people too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, and also to tell people too. That's why it's too. Not only is it important to be honest and true to yourself, but it's also important to operate in integrity too. Because I mean, here's a relationship that's been a fruitful relationship that's been 10 years long now. And I would like to believe that at this point in the industry, it's a small industry. The music business isn't big. I don't care
It's
what
very
genre.
Very
small.
small.
It's a very small industry, and I can honestly say at this point of the game, something I'm proud of is there's not a phone number that I would call that someone would pick up my phone call other than because I've done people right in this
Yes.
That's
business.
it.
And when you do people right, you never know where it's going to take you. 10 years ago, I never had an idea that I would have my first Billboard #1 with Rudy. It was just like, hey, let me see if I can get studio client. You never had any
Yes.
idea. And so that Billboard #1 is now leading to opportunities to work with an even bigger artist. I can't speak on it right now, but
I know.
it's giving me an opportunity to work with an even bigger artist. And so, you just never know what doors will be open,
That's
just
true.
by
Well, they're opening
being
up, and your name is going to be right there along with them.
Yes, yes.
And
Now,
it is. I mean, it is what it is. And I can say I know that. Even if I don't get the invitation to the recording, I can still say I know him.
Hey, if it was my session, sis, I would bring you. If it was my
Right,
session,
she a
I know
mess.
you keep saying that, Dexter.
She don't pay her no attention. She always doing that. Listen, but we definitely want to make sure we talk about the partnership that we do have
Yes.
with Dex and Tracks for Hire. .com, Tracks for Hire. We talked about it once before on our show, and we want to make sure we highlight it and let everybody know, because they're going to go back and watch this, that we always say, if you are a producer, if you are a beat maker, if you are a songwriter, whatever it is that you do, and you have these beats and you want to get them out there, you want to get them on the right platform, we want you to come and partner with us and Dexter and sign up with Tracks for Hire.
So tell us a little bit more about it, Dexter, or more detail, because we just kind of know the surface, but this is your idea, and God's giving you this idea and your company.
Well, yeah, and that's so going back to rewind it for a second here, going back to the global, that's where the global came from. So the global was that, Silverwood is an overall larger company that will have smaller companies underneath it. But I want the company and the things that the company creates to have a global impact.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's things we're working on. I don't speak a lot about, and definitely always gets on me about this. I don't speak a lot about the things that I do. So I'm kind of quiet about things a lot. But I'm working on a documentary project right now that I'll come on underneath Silverwood in the future. And Tracks for Hire is another thing that is under that umbrella of Silverwood Global Inc. And so what I saw a need for is there were a lot of times where artists would come to me to produce a record and they would not have the budget that they wanted. And one of the things that really helped independent artists on the secular side of things is a lot of these beat sharing and beat buying sites.
Yes.
You can go release a beat. So, if you're a hip hop artist and can't hire a producer, it's cool because I can't afford Zaytoven, but I can go find a guy who makes beats just like Zaytoven and for $30-$40, I can give me a couple tracks and I can make me an entire, entire mixtape or whatever to put out. And so I was like, there's really a need for that on the Christian and gospel side of things, both from the artist perspective to be able to do things affordably, to find affordable tracks to do things, because always you don't know how successful your project may or may not be. So you might just want to test the waters without spending a huge amount of money. But then also from the producer side, because I remember too, being a producer with tons of tracks that just sat on my hard drive for years and years and years. And so it's like you put the time into it to make all this stuff, so at least you might as well monetize it in some sort, form, or fashion. And so my vision that God gave me was to bring the independent artists together who need music, along with the producers who need some place to actually put their music and make a profit. So it's a win-win for everyone. And so, just trying to grow that. So I think there's a need for that. And I really think, like I said, as it grows, it's going to be successful.
Yeah, well, it's gonna grow. We really believe that, and those that are watching and those are watching after we get off. Please, if you do have tracks and you need to get them on good platforms, let's partner with Tracks for Hire and get your music in the catalog. So. Because we are going to be using Tracks for Hire for our projects. We are embarking on some projects. And we need music.
Show,
so just some is budgeted and some not budgeted, but hey, it is what it is. But we really do want this to be successful, Dexter, because and I can say that you're my producer as well.
I am.
I just had to say that. I had to get that out.
I am. We've worked, I guess, how long has it been since we've been working
Oh
together?
God, long time.
At least 8 years. Yeah, at least 8 years, I guess, easily. Yeah.
It's been a long time. So
yeah, that's good.
So he's been working with me, you guys. And when I tell you, if you want somebody that really gonna get up under you and say, this how you gonna do it, and he's gonna do it right, it's him.
Say that's him.
So if you heard all of me, that's Dexter.
and that's a great song.
And so
I love that song.
Right, everybody doing it. And the new project that's coming out is Dexter.
Yeah, I love it. Everything that's coming out, I love it. I love it.
He's great at what he does, though. I mean, and I just think that's what this platform is all about, Dex.
Yes.
It's about highlighting people that are really shaking and moving in this industry that doesn't get the light. It doesn't get the spotlight on them. So we want to make people aware of those people in this industry that's doing it. I mean, you may like you don't spread your gifts enough on social media and enough on this. You just do it, and I think that this platform is for people like you, so we can let people know, hey, it's great people out here that is doing this.
Doing it,
and they're doing it right, and they're winning.
They winning,
and they are winning.
You know what? That they are winning. You know what? We getting with our time. We want to wrap it up. And go ahead and ask another question.
Oh, you want me to ask? So Dex. So Dr. Purnell, what is it that's next? What you got going on? I know you got some things you can't talk about, but what are those things that you can talk about that you got going on that's coming up next, so we can kind of keep in contact and kind of keep tracking what you're doing, so we can spotlight it. So tell us what you got going on next that you can speak of.
Right.
Let's see. So I do have. I'll say this much: Rudy and I are preparing to work on his next single. We've secured an artist to work on. I can't release the artist's name, but they will be on their next single, and so I think it's going to be amazing, and people are going to love that. I can't wait. And so that should be impacting radio. We're hoping end of May, beginning of June.
Oh, so wow, that's soon.
Yeah,
so, that's soon.
Yeah. So because we're still on the charts right now. I think we talked the other day, and we're number 13 on the charts right now still. Yeah. But before you die completely off, you want to have that next thing and say, hey, I'm back. I'm still here. Don't forget about me. And so working on that.
You know what? I forgot to ask you about that article, because that has a lot to do with what you just said. Your article that you got published?
My publication, yeah. From an academic standpoint, one of the things I love to research is the impact of technology on consumer behavior and entertainment. And so things are changing a lot.
Oh yeah.
I tell my daughter and my son, my oldest, my son, not the one that raps, but I have another son, so he's a little younger than the one that raps. And so he was talking about being a music producer. And I was like, it's cool, but it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, when I first started in the game, people like Rodney Jerkins were getting $100,000 to produce one song.
Right.
When T-Pain, back then, and T-Pain came after Rodney Jerkins, he was getting $40,000 per song.
Wow.
Song. And nowadays the budgets aren't like that anymore,
Nope.
Because of the fact that the game has changed a lot. And I even look at people like Ludacris. Ludacris got his break. He's a radio DJ here in Atlanta, obviously. But one thing that he's also able to do to put money in his pocket, he's able to go sell CDs. So think about it like this: you press 10,000 CDs, and if it takes you an entire year to sell them, you sell them at $10 a pop. That's $100,000 that you made. In 1 year off 10,000 CDs. Cars don't have CD players anymore.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the hustle has changed.
Yes. Yes.
And, it's become a lot harder to make a good living in the music industry because of the fact that technology has really impacted the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so music no longer has value in the eyes, monetary value in the eyes of the next generations that, come after ours, because music has been something they've always gotten for free. So for them, it's something I enjoy. It's part of my life, but it's not something that I pay for, if you will.
Right.
And so we have to start to change the way we think about music as artists and producers and people in the industry to say, hey, music is the thing that will open me up to do other things, other entrepreneurial things.
All right.
So music becomes my calling card to do something else. I tell people that Rihanna didn't get rich from music. Rihanna got rich, you know what I'm saying, from perfume and
Yes.
lingerie.
Acting.
You know, Kanye didn't get rich. Acting. Kanye didn't get
Yes.
rich. Kanye got rich from gym shoes with Adidas, you know, the Yeezys. That's what
I love
Jay-Z
you,
didn't get
Dex. You
rich
are
from
talking.
music. Jay-Z got rich from the other business interests that he
Yep.
had, you know. Puffy. I mean, so I can go on and on and on. So we have to understand that music is our calling card to get our foot in the door, but then be prepared for other things you want to do, whether that's merchandise, whether
Yeah.
that's, you know, television and film, something that you have ideas there.
Yes.
You know, so just use it to get your foot in the door. But the days of like I'm going to make a living purely off music, especially selling music, those days are gone. You know?
Yeah.
So you can let me say this, even if you use it as a performing artist, I'll put an album out, but then I'm going to use that to book gigs. That's something that you can do, you know. But it has to be about what's the next thing because you're not going to get rich off music.
That's it.
Those days are gone. You
That's
know,
I'm
good.
gonna go back and rewind this and take notes because this was good stuff.
That's good. That's good. Real good.
I mean, real good.
That's real good.
So making music these days are almost like a loss. In the world of business, we have what's known as a loss leader. A loss leader is something that I know I'm going to take a loss on. So I'll put this out there and I'll sell it at a loss. For example, so McDonald's. Say McDonald's introduces a new, you know, $2 chicken sandwich or whatever. The chicken sandwich might cost them $4 to produce. Meaning they're taking a loss on everyone that they're making. But their hope is if I can get you in the store to get my $2 chicken sandwich, I'm taking a loss on. You'll also buy fries, you'll buy milkshakes, and now I'm making money off of you because I took a loss on that. And so, what I think of this the same way with music. I'm going to take a loss, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of money to make music, and I might not make it all back. You know what I'm saying? But I can use it to set up other things. I can use it to set up live performance for me in the future. I can use it to set up merchandising for me in the future. And Rudy's a great example of that. I mean, he's always performing at someone's college tour. I mean, he has the whole merchandising line, t-shirts, hoodies that he does. And so you don't have to be prepared to do the next thing. So use it as a calling card to do the next thing. I'm not even sure if I answered your question, but.
No, this is good stuff. I keep talking. I'm done with it.
You so silly,
I mean,
girl.
I can stick a fork in this one.
Say it's done.
It's
done. But you know what? This is this is good stuff. And my hope is that people go back and watch this.
Yes,
and they will actually,
we got people watching now.
Yeah, and they will take nuggets of what you're telling them because with the experience, even our experience in the industry, every day we're learning something new. Every day we're strategizing, and we are believers in multiple streams of income.
Yes,
we have at least 7 multiple streams of income
and multiple streams of talents.
Yes,
I mean, like you say, you just can't be a singer. I mean, we sing because we love to make art, make music. It's our art, but that music can go so many different areas. You know, you can put all of me on your shirt, all of me, and I can sell it because it is what it is.
Yes.
I love that because you know, you got to be multi-talented nowadays in this industry.
You do. So I tell you what, Dexter, you have just blessed us tonight.
Yes, this was good stuff.
One of our viewers said entertainment nuggets, and that's what they are.
And they're watching.
They are watching, and that's what they are. Wherever you are, we have people that watch from Maryland, Tennessee, Georgia, wherever you are. Share this for anybody in the entertainment industry because these are some great nuggets. We are getting ready.
Yes, and be looking for the video on by this weekend on YouTube.
On our YouTube channel.
So if you miss it, you can go to YouTube and just pull it up and watch it again.
This has been great.
It's been wonderful.
It's been awesome.
It's been magnificent.
We can do this all night because this is what we do. We don't forgive us. Forgive us. This is what we do.
You guys are fine.
So, but it has been a pleasure interviewing.
Oh my God, yes, it has been.
Let me tell you something. She just over here.
I am.
She over the moon.
You just don't understand. This is good stuff for me. So you already know I'm gonna have a whole bunch of questions when I see you, right? I got a list. I already know. So it is what it is.
Listen, you cannot do that. You cannot.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm doing it anyway.
Listen. Okay, but we get ready to get out of here. Thank you so much, Dexter, for taking your time out of your busy schedule and sitting down with us, talking about partnerships and everything, and talking about you as a music mogul, CEO, producer, engineer, professor,
doctor,
Billboard charting engineer. I always like to give people their credit, their flowers while they can smell them, and they do them because this is hard work. People think this is, you know what? Let me say this. it's what we love to do. But if you really knew the time we
It's good
invested,
work, but it's hard work.
it's good
Right.
work,
Right.
but hard work, and the money and the time
Right.
that we invest in it, that's why we're passionate
But
about
it's
it.
worth it.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
worth it. And it's just an honor for us to even, you know, I say this all the time. I know him. It's an honor for us to even sit here and
Yeah.
interview and have this conversation with you. And you know, your business Tracks for Hire.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're partnering with,
Yes.
because we want people to really really patronize this, because
Yes.
I believe that it's a good tool. And you're gonna be tripping, because we actually got some music that we made.
I'm ready to hear it. I know you told me about that. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, it ain't gospel though.
It ain't gospel.
But
Hey, it's hard to say with these days. You know, the message means more than the music. So as long as the
Yeah,
message is on
that's
top,
true.
top of this, right?
that's
So
exactly
yeah,
That's
it's the
true.
message behind it. So we're just excited, and I
Yeah.
really need people to really reach out to tracksforhire.com so they can get their music on your platform.
And we're gonna have all of this information on our website as well. But please just go back and watch it on YouTube. We getting ready to let you get out of here,
Yes,
Mr.
we are,
Dexter.
Mr. Dexter, Dr.
Dr.
Dexter
Purnell.
Purnell.
You know, we like to
Dr. Dexter St.Jock Purnell.
thank you so much. We speak many blessings of more opportunities to come for you. Just great music, great everything.
Yes.
That's getting ready to come out. So we want you to enjoy your night.
Yes, and shout out to Pat.
Shout out to Pat. And everybody. All right. Thank you, Dexter.
Bye,
Thank you
Dex.
guys for having me. Thank you.
All
Bye bye, guys.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This just makes me feel so happy, because it was great information. And then it makes you feel like, man, we know some good people.
We know some good people.
I mean, and shedding some good information,
Yeah.
you guys. So if you are just tuning in, hey, hit the rewind button,
Yes.
and get this information from Dr. Purnell, because when I tell you, and if you got great music and you need a great platform to house your music, that people will hear your music, please get with Tracks for Hire, because we are partnering with them for services as well.
Yes. And let me I got a little unction here to put something out in the atmosphere.
Go ahead.
And
Hold on, wait. Because I'm gonna receive it.
Listen, those that are watching the show, artists, actresses, authors, producers, whoever you are, you have product, connect with BlueMile Music, Conversation with BlueMile. God is getting ready to elevate this show. He's really, 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 really blessed this show. We won't go into detail about it, but soon we'll have an opportunity where we can be a blessing to you, and you can be a blessing to us. And we want you to connect. We're gonna.
What? Oh, that's what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm like, what in the world that they got? That's a good.
Oh my goodness. Y'all ain't gonna believe what happened. It's two of y'all. Oh, that's us.
Well, bless the
But
name of the
listen.
Lord, child.
Okay. Listen.
It is what it is.
But you know what? Everything was so good. It was so good. But back to what we were saying.
You know how it is. You know the enemy don't even want you to be successful,
Let me tell you.
especially when it's a God thing. You know how it is. It is.
But you know what? Because we're built the way we built, we just be like, phew, and we just keep it moving. That's our thing. We keep it moving, find what we need, and keep it moving. So guess what? Tonight, our guest, Dexter St.Jock Purnell, Dr. Purnell.
Dr. Dexter
was
Purnell.
great.
Yes.
You guys that are in the industry, whether you are an artist, singer, whatever you are, please share this because he threw down some knowledge tonight.
Yes.
And I want to tell you, it was a great interview. To be connected and to know and to have relationships with these people in the industry. Don't underestimate people.
And that's what he said. You know, you can't underestimate. He said that, you know, you really can't underestimate people, just like when he was in the line with Rudy Kearns, which is the he was on number one Billboard songwriters list. So you never underestimate because you never know who you're entertaining.
Let me tell you, I actually, you know what, to be honest about it, Dap, sometimes I actually like being the underdog, being underrated, because I mean, it is what it is. You got to walk. I mean, I really do, because what I've learned is that if you just know what you got called to do, you just do it. You know what I'm saying? And so now, but let me throw this nugget too, though. While we throwing nuggets.
Oh, she added. She throwing another nugget.
Yeah. Artists, I always say this: know who you are.
Exactly.
Know who you are and be comfortable.
Don't try to change.
And don't allow people to change you into what they want you to be.
Right.
Because I can tell you this, it will not be a great experience.
Well,
because what's going to happen, you're going to find out that you don't like it, and they may say you may rebel against what they're doing. But if you're not walking in your true, authentic self, I call it, you feel out of kilt. You know, you off balance.
Right.
You know, it doesn't feel right. And then you like, man, well, why am I doing? Don't do it just to be doing it for something. Do it because you want to do it.
Right. But what I wanted to say was, I need to say what I need to say too, though. What I wanted to say was, nobody can't beat you being you.
Yeah.
So just be the best you can be. You know, when I tell you, in this industry, singers come a dime a dozen, engineers come a dime a dozen, producers come a dime a dozen.
They really
But
do.
when God placed you on those platforms, when God placed you in those circles, believe me, it's God. So honor and cherish those opportunities and just be yourself. People draw to you because of you, not because of what you pretend. Well, if you pretending, they're gonna find out that you ain't real. But when you just be authentic of who you are, someone told me, again, conversation, and he said, well, Daphne, people just draw to your aura. People draw to you, not all the other stuff you got going on. Just as something about you. And so if you just be yourself, your authentic self, walk in love God with all your heart, and love your neighbor as yourself. That's all he wants us to do. If you really can do that, and to serve ministering, that's to serve other people. And God's greatest investment are his people.
Yeah.
So I said all that to say, be who you are.
Yeah.
Be authentic. Yeah. Love God's people. Love and serve. Serve means to minister means to serve. Just be there for your people. So, and just be authentic.
Just be you. You know, there's freedom in being you. There's so much freedom. You know, I'm kind of cool and collect tonight, but there's freedom in being you. So just be you. And so that people can love the real you. Because then if they don't have that real you, then you giving them a form of who you think they want you to be. When that real you want to come out, they can be like, who is this person? Because they have not met the real you, but you sent your representation. Your representative. You sent your representative instead of you coming to the party. Guess what? We got to get out of here.
Yes.
Time has gotten away from us, but we had a little technical difficulty, but that's okay.
Yes, and so we're gonna the remarks that we just had, that'll be our blue note for tonight.
Yes. Guess what? Don't forget to connect with us, BlueMileMusic.com. And who is BlueMile? We are a company that can help you if you want to excel your career in the industry. If you have a film, you need music. If you are an artist and you need consultation, if you need us to walk in the studio with you, we can do that too. You have an event going on, we can help you structure that.
And stage management.
You know, go to our website, BlueMile Music. It will show you the services we provide and what our focus is. We are award winning. We are studying our craft. We still attend
and we're
classes.
going to be getting more awards soon. We are. I'm speaking that. And we're just higher and higher. We're just leveling up. So I really thank God for that, because yes, I mean, we got so many artists that have won so many different awards. We have too, but we're just, going higher and higher in God. And I believe that, but we just have to be strategic and listen to God and make sure we guard our eyes and our ear gates and be careful what comes out of our mouth. We're going to speak those things that be not as though they are. And we're going to just level up for God and make sure that we represent him in all genres of this entertainment industry.
Can I just say this one thing, and we're going to get out of here? And be careful who you connect to and what you connect your spirit to and your brand to, because you get one chance to make an impression. So just be careful. If it ain't God connection, you might want to reevaluate that thing. We got to get out of here. Guess what? Don't forget to connect with DaphneHilton.com and CalendraGant.com, BlueMileMusic.com.
Yes.
Connect with us on all social platforms.
Yes.
We want you to connect with us and share our page, comment. If you would like to be a sponsor, reach out to us as well. The KS Grace Tour is still coming to a city near you. We have something planned in July. Hopefully, we will be able to expound on that a little bit, and who our guest artists will be with us very soon. But we're ready to get out of here. My name is Calendra Gant.
And I am Daphne.
Oh, wait.
Well, you were saying all this other stuff at the end. I figured you would just...
Wait. You was too late.
Okay, we'll start.
My name is Calendra Gant. Come on.
Well, you got to say it right. Don't be so aggressive. Well, I mean...
Guess what, y'all? We get ready to get out of here, and I do not like her.
Just say how we normally say it.
Listen, I'm your girl, Calendra Gant.
And I am Daphne Hilton.
And guess what? We are changing the game for the kingdom.
Bye, you guys.
See you later.
BlueMile is a company started by two international award-winning recording artists who saw a need for something different in the industry. Music is what we know, do, and love. Our mission is to fulfill the mandate to educate, empower, and enlighten individuals by sharing musical knowledge to promote individual success. We offer vocal training and techniques, artist consultation, event structuring, songwriting, and studio sessions. Visit our website at www.bluemilemusic.com. BlueMile, changing the game for the kingdom.